As we get ready to launch fireworks to celebrate Independence Day, the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission is launching a statewide Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign in an effort to keep people safe during this holiday. According to AAA, 60 million people will travel this 4th of July, and as part of the LHC's campaign, law enforcement officers across the state will be on the lookout for impaired drivers, and those who fail a sobriety test will be arrested. This campaign is being funded by the Commission, making extra officers through law enforcement agencies across the state available to patrol through Sunday, July 7th. Hundreds of people in Louisiana are reportedly killed and injured annually due to vehicle crashes involving drivers who have been consuming alcohol.